you mind playing something?
Oh, yeah.
Good morning, everyone. What a beautiful room full of people we have this morning. My name is Kirsten Hunter. Thank you, South Church folk. I am the Director of Lifespan Ministries here at South Church, and I have a few announcements for us before we start worship this morning. First, there is a Zoom meeting, a board meeting, our Board of Trustees and Finance Council meeting on Zoom right at 11:30 this morning to review the proposed budget that we'll be voting on at the annual meeting next Sunday. So if you have a desire to take a look at that budget in advance, ask questions, discuss anything on there, you can join that via Zoom at 11:30. There is an email in your inbox as a member inviting you to that meeting. Also, today is the last day to nominate your favorite nonprofit for our shared plate. Every Sunday we pass a plate around, and those collections are shared with organizations in our wider community who are doing good work, living into the mission of South Church. And so we ask our congregation once a year to nominate organizations for the coming year, and then we vote on that list of nominees. Today is the last day for nominations. You can find the link to nominate folks right on our website. And please do chime in and let us know about the folks in our wider community that deserve to be considered for our shared plate. And finally, in January, our small group ministry. This is an opportunity for people to gather in smaller groups, make connections, have deeper conversations with other folks here at South Church. And they start forming in the fall, but in January they take a moment to sort of reconfigure and invite new members in. So that's happening right now. If you're interested in joining a small group, you can do that also through our website. Connect with Rita Weathersby before next week. I believe their email is smallgroup@southchurch, but just email the office and we can connect you. There's space in 3 different groups right now that meet on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursday afternoons. So I hope you'll consider that. It's wonderful to have you. Thank you for being here. And I think we're ready to go.
Good morning and welcome. We gather this morning, some of us here in the sanctuary, quite a large number of people today, yay. Some of us via the internet, and I'm glad you're here, however it is that you are joining us. If you have been with us just once before or several times, or you regularly attend services, welcome again this morning, and a very special welcome to those of you with us for the first time today. For those of you in the sanctuary, there are listening devices available at the rear of the sanctuary for those who might need them. My name is Myra Aronson, and I am one of a team of worship associates who have the honor and the pleasure of working with our interim minister, the Reverend Susan Sahusky Brown, our director of Lifespan Ministries, Kirsten Hunter, and all the rest of our wonderful staff to bring worship services to you each week. Our congregation continues to survive and thrive due to their efforts and the efforts of many of you, all of our volunteers who continue to give their time, treasure, and talent to keep us going in these very challenging times. It takes many people, some of whom you see and some behind the scenes, to create these services. The gift of music this morning will come to us from South Church Folk and Kathy Oakheisen, along with our Director of Music Ministries, Johnny Pfeiffer. And we have a very special treat of a dance troupe today. Elowyn Kuiper-Phelps, Eden Murphy, Alyssa Murphy, and Martha Cunningham, choreographed and led by Valerie Fagan. The dance component will happen in the center section of the chancel here, so you might want to make sure that you're sitting someplace where you'll be able to see that. Keep in mind that the balcony is also available for seating if you want to be further isolated. The time for all ages today is offered by, I couldn't hear that, but hi. One of our youth. And after that, and following that, the children are welcome, as always, to either stay here with their families or join Jen for some activities. If you would like to socialize after the service, Fellowship Hall will be available downstairs, but there will be no food or drink as we continue to mask. I am very pleased to introduce our guest in the pulpit this morning, Valerie Fagan. Valerie, an original member of the dance company Ballet Hispanico of New York, is a native New Yorker. With her husband Gary and their children, now all adults, Valerie moved to the Seacoast and got involved in South Church about 30 years ago. Valerie is a racial and social justice advocate, self-care, fitness enthusiast, and facilitator. At South Church, she has been a pastoral associate and a social justice associate, and she has proudly served as a Portsmouth Black Heritage Trail tour guide for the past 4 years. Valerie's passion is to be an everyday leader in her home, workplace, and community, always working towards a world where all people have equality and are truly valued for who they are. We are so fortunate to have Valerie in our pulpit today. Her message will come to us in the form of a guided meditation, some speaking, and dance for us today. So get ready for this great ride. But first, Paul Strand has a message from the board.
Handwritten Palmer method. A in 5th grade. Good morning, I'm Paul Strand from the Board of Trustees, and during this month of January, the board would like to thank and honor groups who in the last year made a significant contribution to South Church. First, the search committee. The search committee went through the process of looking for a settled minister for us for nearly a year, only to sadly but bravely announce that we did not have a match. But because of the bond and trust they developed and the commitment to their charge, they asked to serve another year. And we are more than happy to honor that request. They are right in the thick of it right now as we speak. We thank them for their dedication, resilience, and open communication with the congregation. If you would rise, if you're here, as I announce your names: Alice O'Trainer, Steve Blakeney, Jesse Lohr, Jen Wilhelm, Joanne Piazzi, Charlie Murdoch, and Jim Verschuren. I guess we got a big hand. Secondly, the board would like to thank the Pocket Garden Tour. Last year, the tour raised over $30,000, smashing the previous record by at least a long stem rose or two. Lauren Katz and Sue Peterson co-chaired the event, and committee members ranged from new South Church members to those who have been volunteering for at least as long as 33 years. Lauren will chair again this year and is looking for a co-chair. The tour is set for June 24th and 5th, and all the gardens have been selected. Lauren is especially looking for volunteers who have social media experience. Anybody here on the Pocket Garden Tour, please stand. And that's Lauren over there. You can see her after church. Thank you.
One second. Good morning. My name is Johnny Pfeiffer, the Director of Music Ministry here at South Church. And in a second, Kathy Okaisen is going to sing the Invocation by Thich Nhat Hanh. I just wanted to mention that he passed yesterday at midnight. The great Buddhist teacher was 95 in his native Vietnam. And just if you're not familiar with his work, he founded Plum Village community in France, and the Order of Interbeing, his I guess, own sect of Buddhism, and has written over 100 books, and was an artist, calligraphy artist, and songwriter and poet. And I had the privilege of seeing him in Blue Cliff, New York, when I think it was his last trip to the United States before he had a brain hemorrhage that prohibited him from speaking and traveling around 2014. So, yeah, Thich Nhat Hanh. He referred to himself as Tay, which means teacher. And yeah, he was a beautiful teacher. And here's his song, I Have Arrived.
I have arrived. I
If you are watching us from home, I invite you to light your own candle as Valerie lights the candle here in the chalice in the sanctuary. As we focus on the theme of living in tension this month, I offer this excerpt from Andrea Hawkins Camper. May we be the ones to make it as it should be. This is the work we are called to do, and this is the call we answer now. To be a people of intention and a people of conscience. Now please stand as you are able and join me in reciting our mission statement, which is in your order of service and on your screen. At South Church, we nurture spiritual growth through worship, learning, and community. We celebrate the worth and dignity of all people, and we inspire one another to act on our faith in the larger community. Thank you. At the library recently, I picked up a book titled 4,000 Weeks, Time Management for Mortals. I saw it on the display. I meant to bring it to show it. I saw it on the display and just stopped and stared. I am not a person who would normally be interested in a time management book. It was the 4,000 weeks thing that got to me. 4,000 weeks. That's nearly 77 years, and apparently a reasonably expected average lifespan. But putting it in terms of weeks, that was just startling. Now, granted, we have little or to no control of how we spend some of those weeks. Let's say for the first 1,000 weeks of your life, that's about 19 years, much of how you spend your time is determined by others, and there are limits to your choices. But then you grow up and you have to decide, what's important to you? What kind of person do you want to be? How will you spend those 4,000 weeks? What is your intention? There are so many options, too many options. And in our culture, there is so much pressure to achieve and accomplish, to maximize what we can create, to optimize how we spend our time. Add to that FOMO, fear of missing out. I confess to that, not nearly so much now as I used to, but I confess to it, scheduling way too much into a day. I used to say, yes, of course I can go for a walk with you in the morning and then host a brunch for 10, followed by a meeting for that project, and then the book group dinner. That was a typical time for me. I have slowed down a lot since moving to New Hampshire, which has a much healthier pace than the New York area. A lot. I'm pretty good at what I call doing nothing for days at a time, but then feeling unhappy about letting malaise replace intention. Or at least I was, until I was introduced just last week in this book to the concept of JOMO, joy of missing out. And I am hooked. I don't have to be productive all the time or feel bad if I'm not. I don't have to check items off my never-ending to-do list. I'm very social, so this part is hard, but I don't have to do every fun social event that's offered to me. I can live with intention and choose carefully the things I'll do to be the person I want to be and make the mark I want to make on the world, while also having fun and sometimes just enjoying, dancing around the house, relaxing, observing, experiencing the world more quietly, more passively, 1 week at a time. Now please join us for our opening hymn, number 131, Love Will Guide Us, which we will hum along and South Church will sing for us.
Hi. It's story time, and if you would like to hear the story from a little bit closer, I invite you to come up now. My dear friend Veda Kuiper Phelps here has a book to share with us. Hi. So you can come up and get cozy for that.
So our book today is called My Mama Had a Dancing Heart by Libba Moore Gray. My mama had a dancing heart, and she shared that heart with me. With a grin and a giggle, a hug and a whistle, we'd slap our knees, and Mama would say, "Bless the world, it feels like a tip-tapping, song-singing, finger-snapping kind of day. Let's celebrate." And so we did. When a warm spring rain would come pinging on the window pane, we'd kick off our shoes, and out into the rain we'd go. We'd dance a frog-hopping, leaf-growing, flower-opening, Hello Spring ballet. High-stepping and splashing, the rain running down our faces, I'd slip-swish behind Mama through the newly green grass, and afterward we'd read rain poems and drink sassafras tea with lemon curls floating. And in summer, when the rains would come, splashing on the shore, out we'd go into the red-orange morning with kites and balloons tied to our wrists. We'd do a seabird flapping, dolphin arching, Hello Summer ballet, and me following Mama, the sand stuck between the toes of our up and down, squish-squashing feet. And afterward, we'd seashell pile the windowsill and drink lemonade cold. And when the cool autumn winds would come puffing through the clouds, and the hold-on tight leaves would finally let go and flutter to the ground, out we'd go into the eye-blinking blue air, with Mama leading in leaf-kicking, leg-lifting, hand-clapping, Hello Autumn ballet. And afterward, we'd wax paper, press leaves red and gold, and drink hot tea spiced. And when the winter snows came softly down, shallowing the earth, out we'd go and do a body flat, arms moving up and down, Snow Angel, Hello Winter ballet. And then we'd stand, Mama first, and dance in slow motion like hand-mittened, galoshes galumping, funny old snowmen. And afterward, we'd cut snowflakes, paper white delicate, and sip cocoa with marshmallows floating. And now, after satin ribboning my feet and listening to the violins sing swelling around me, onto the stage I'd go, air daring, leap flying, wing soaring. Letting the spring rain, summer waves, autumn leaves, winter snow carry me along until the music slows and I feather float down, down to the ground. And afterward, I'd imagine that I'd hear my Mama saying, "Bless the world, it feels like a tip-tapping, song-singing, finger-snapping kind of day. Let's celebrate." My Mama had a dancing heart, and she shared that heart with me. The end.
Thank you, Veda. Now maybe you can dance your way downstairs and we'll do some exploring down there.
They're waiting for me. I was waiting for them. Alone, we might only be able to do little, but together, we can do much. Each week at the Offertory, we combine our resources to support South Church, the building, staff, and congregants, and the greater community. This month, our collection will be shared with Planned Parenthood of Northern New England. Their mission is to provide, promote, and protect access to affordable, reproductive health care and sexuality education for people of all genders so they can make voluntary choices about their reproductive and sexual health. You can donate in many ways. You can use our new mobile app, Vanco, which you can download onto your phone. You can give via the donate link on our website or by sending a check in the mail to our office at 73 Court Street in Portsmouth. Or, of course, if you're in the sanctuary, you can use the collection plate, which will be in front of you momentarily. The offering will now be gratefully received. And in the words of the Reverend Kayla Parker, may we give in love and in hope.
prayer time. As we gather together this morning, let us be grateful for one another's presence, for the music, for the dancing, for the sharing of stories, for all the ways that we touch one another, all the ways that we are one to another, offering strength and support. This morning I would, before inviting you to come forward to light a candle of joy or concern, raise some matters of importance to hold in your heart, mind, of members of our community. I would name a moment to think of Linda Keefe, beloved member who died. I would name Richard Fry, who was the father of Diana. I would name that surgery is pending for Peter Humboldt. And I would, in particular, as Valerie has reminded me and is heavy on her heart this morning, the anniversary of the death of Anne Grinnell. Each day we are in the midst of joy or sorrow. Each day we are remembering loved ones. Each day we're remembering people around us who struggle. Each day also we remember those who have much joy and many things in their life to be grateful for. And that is why we take time to allow you to come forward and light candles of joy or concern. And I would encourage you always to know that you may be in touch with me if you wish to have your prayer need named and or to write it in the basket, and we can reach out to you. We never want you to be alone. You are beloved to us. We care. We love you. And we will reach out in any way that you need. So please this morning, remember the people that I named. And as you come forward, light your candle of joy or concern in silence. Amen.
Let us prepare for a guided meditation. I'm going to invite you to settle in your seat. Bring your feet to the ground and feel them firmly grounded on the earth. Elongate your spine. And now allow your eyes to rest gently in their sockets as you gently close your eyes or gaze downward. Let the sound of the chime bring us into and out of communal silence. Begin now by becoming aware of your breath. Notice how it enters and leaves your body. Breathing in and out. Observe the natural rhythm of your breath. Invite the breath to begin to bring your awareness to this present moment. Right here, right now, the only moment. With the breath as your anchor, ground your attention to your physical body. From the soles of your feet to the crown of your head. Allow your breath to cascade through your whole body, your temple. Breathing in and breathing out. Sensing your whole body begin to plant seeds of gratitude for all the ways that your body supports and carries you each and every day. Appreciate how your body enables you to touch and feel, to hear and taste, to live and move through all the different stages of your precious life. Attuning into this vast, unbound awareness. Breathing in and breathing out. Relaxing with the ever-changing flow of this new moment right now. Taking these final moments to rest your awareness deeply in the miracle of your sweet body. Just as it is in this moment, right here, right now. Begin to return now to your natural rhythm of your breath. Feel your whole body sitting upright, listening to the silence or the sounds around you. Present, moment by moment, the only moment. Good morning, everyone. I might be doing more sermons because I really like not having my mask on, so expect more. It's an honor to be here with you today. Having sat where you are seated for the last couple of months, I witnessed many South congregants willing to stand at this pulpit and lead a sermon during these most uncertain times. When Myra, one of our amazing worship associates, invited me to be one of these brave souls, I knew that I had to move beyond my initial response of no, I don't think so. I was inspired by the words of Parker Palmer. In times of deep darkness, we not only need light, we need to be the light for one another. It is with a grateful heart that I stand before you this morning, sharing my sermon with the hope of shedding a new light on this month's theme, Living with Intention. I am a person who is deeply rooted and committed to a daily self-care practice. This practice supports me with keeping my light on and sharing it with others and witnessing theirs. The Living with Intention theme really spoke to me. My hope this morning is to share how intention first came to me through my physical body, the power of dance, and afterwards, to offer you a dance embrace presentation. Listen to this excerpt from The American Primitive, written by Mary Oliver. In the Book of the Sioux, it is written, "Nothing will coax them out again but the people dancing." As a young Hispanic little girl growing up in one of the toughest neighborhoods in New York City, the overarching theme was survival. Like many of us, I was taught to accept what life gave. However, new unimaginable possibilities began to arise when dance first entered my world. At the age of 8, when I first entered a dance studio, I was fascinated by the sounds of music, stomping feet, bodies moving, and skirts twirling. Something beyond just getting by began to really awaken in me. For my family and me, dance began as a means of healing broken hearts related to the sudden tragic loss of my aunt Yolanda. Way before I was born, Yolanda was a student of dance. I imagine that her love of dance helped her heal with some hard realities she had to face as a young adult. Being the first daughter born, it was important for my mom and grandmother that I too take up dance, which they made possible by enrolling me in dance classes. It was their way of honoring Yolanda's legacy. Through movement and belonging to something greater than myself, this began to germinate and grow deep again inside of me. Along with bringing forth a new sense of pride and dignity, I could also feel the impact of my performances and how they helped my family heal from the challenges and losses they faced. Rumi, the famous Sufi poet, says, "The very center of your heart is where life begins, the most beautiful place on earth." Partnered with the intention of sharing my light through dance, with support, hard work, and dedication, landed me at the age of 15 as a professional dancer, where I had the privilege of positively impacting audiences both nationally and internationally. Still today, years later, my creative self continues to center and guide my daily actions and truest intentions. In this moment, I ask each of you, what are your unique stories that might move you forward with the intention of making life better and safer for all? In closing, I want to honor the natives of the Americas. I like to share a Cuero Apache prayer. Looking behind, may we be filled with gratitude. Looking forward, may we be filled with vision. Looking upwards, may we be filled with strength. Looking within, may we be filled with peace. May it be so. And now let us celebrate a dance presentation honoring different stages of our lives.
Wow. We extinguish this flame, this physical flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.
With a new year upon us, I invite each and every one of you today to befriend some kind of movement into your life with the intention of welcoming new, unimaginable freedom and healing, especially during these uncertain times. Thank you.
even more than the sermon?